Hello, fellow historians. Thank you for tuning in. The reason for this announcement is I'm not going to be uploading the daily snippets of the news, the time capsules that I upload daily. There's a situation going on with my car that I think I'm going to have to get a new one. So in the meantime, I'm not going to be driving to work for an elongated period of time. Big word alert. Let me let this person in. And while I'm shopping around for another car, I'll be taking the bus to work or Uber or Lyft. So I won't be able to upload any more news snippets. I want to let my 51 subscribers know how much I appreciate your support. I didn't realize that I needed to get a new car. But this channel is not going to be deleted. I'm going to probably change the format of this channel because there's a lot of content that I can still provide while I'm either on a Lyft or Ubering somewhere or taking the bus. I can still show driving videos that don't, like when I'm not driving, like when I'm with my son, or if someone else is driving me around, or even when I'm in an Uber, I can still do driving videos and driving content. I can still do location content if I take an Uber or a bus to a location to feature it on this channel. So for those of you that are subscribed, if you want to continue subscribing, you may, because the channel is not going to go away. It's just, it might morph into something different. So I'm looking forward to that. So in the meantime, let's get you the last day of the news.
We're okay with that.
And he said on April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in.
Whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them.
Earlier in the day, the U.S. imposed 25% tariffs on nearly all goods imported from Mexico and Canada.
That's correspondent Stacey Lynn. Just before the president closed out his address, he talked about the war in Ukraine. Days after that fiery encounter with President Zelensky in the Oval Office, President Trump mentioned a letter he received from Ukraine's leader saying that he is ready to talk peace.
I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
The president also announcing that the U.S. captured the top terrorist responsible for the deadly bombing outside the Kabul airport during the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. There was one chaotic moment during the address. Democratic Rep. Al Green was removed from the chamber. House Speaker Mike Johnson telling Green, "You're out of here," after Mr. Green stood up and started shouting during Mr. Trump's speech. Now, there was one moment last night that I really liked, got goosebumps. 13-year-old brain cancer survivor DJ Daniel, who 6 years ago doctors gave 5 months to live. He was in the gallery. The little boy's dream is to become a police officer, so he's been made an honorary member of law enforcement agencies all around the country at different police departments, so on and so forth. Last night, the president did him one even better.
And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
How great is that? Mr. Curran handed DJ a badge, and the look on that kid's face was absolutely priceless. Wins News Time, 7:45. Let's talk.
I just got goosebumps too.
To get a little wet and wild this Wednesday.
If you've been with me on this journey of documenting history, please comment down below. I want to thank you for your viewership to this particular mission, in hopes that some of you remain.
with flooded streets and highways in all probability. And there can be a gusty thunderstorm in places later this afternoon and early tonight as well. This will taper to a couple of showers late tonight, and it looks like dry weather resumes starting tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg. The complete 4-day forecast in less than 10 minutes.
For those of you that do want to subscribe, that's quite all right. I want to give you my goodbyes. And once again, thanking you for your loyal viewership to the channel. You have no idea how much that means to me.
Racing here to the Women in Need shelter at 4612 Glenwood Road. And when they got inside around 8 yesterday morning, they used Narcan to try to stabilize the child, but he later died at Maimonides, and we're still waiting to learn the identity of the boy that lost his life here. Now, both his parents were immediately taken into custody for questioning. We also await word as to what charges are going to be filed here. Hazmat teams spent the day into the night, I'm told, investigating, taking drug paraphernalia away, and that's being tested right now. And this shelter is part of the Woman in Need system, WIN. They say they're devastated that this has happened to this child, and they're working closely, they say, with the NYPD to support this investigation. Glenn Shuck, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM in Flatbush.
Well, Mr. Adams goes to Washington. In fact, the mayor already in D.C. for the congressional hearing on sanctuary cities.
Mayor Adams is hoping for a congenial hearing when he sits alongside 3 other big city mayors who'll be asked about their sanctuary city policies.
And so I know that interaction very well, and the goal is just to be very honest and candid.
But the Oversight Committee's explosive video includes this reference to a crime and the arrest of an undocumented migrant.
Lighting a sleeping woman on fire on a New York subway and then fanning the flames.
The mayor says he'll stress the comprehensive plan the city put in place to handle migrants and how this was an inherited problem. Juliet Papa, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Well, one guy in a Corona, Queens neighborhood decided to grab his hammer and go off on his neighbor's cars. Now he and his hammer are in jail.
Neighbors on 97th Street heard this and looked out their window to find a man with a hammer. 7 cars' windows on this street smashed and their windshields damaged as well.
He was banging the car like...
Omar tells us it's going to cost him more than $600 in damage. His neighbor Chris helping translate.
I heard that he got arrested last week. He got released yesterday and he did this thing.
Police tell us they have arrested and charged Dorian Rivera, who's 23, with 7 counts of criminal mischief. He was arrested at his home. He actually lives right on this street, just a few feet away from the cars he vandalized. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Corona, Queens.
So far, so good. The very last day of documenting history and daily time capsule. For those of you who would like to join my main channel, I'll leave the link in the description. You're more than welcome to subscribe there. I do a lot of Patterson-based content as well as featuring communities in the surrounding areas.
That's how he got into the store. Best part is when he got busted on I-10 in Orange County, 32-year-old Jathan Gilder had the jewels in his stomach, so police couldn't locate the stolen goods. They didn't know. So he was charged with resisting arrest and not charged with theft. That is until he was sitting in jail and asked police there if he was going to be charged with what's in his stomach. And then now he's been charged with theft. Well, this is the story of a poodle, a pink poodle. And not just because she's a pink poodle doesn't mean Miss Molly's not daring.
Didn't want some copyright straight on the very last documenting history video, right?
Earlier in the day, took off across the highway and then went for a swim in the Passaic River.
7 pounds and fast. It was like chasing cotton candy. She took off for us for a good hour, up and down the riverbank.
That's Garfield Police Officer Benjamin Marqueca on Channel 7. Once Molly jumped into the Passaic, she started swimming towards Clifton. Officer Noah Murphy tells Eyewitness News they got a real workout yesterday.
She gave us a swim for our money. She was a bike ride away from a triathlon.
They say Molly, this little 7-pound poodle, swam the length of a football field before she made her way to a small island. 4 hours, 2 boats, 8 responders later, plus a heat-seeking camera, they finally found Molly A-OK. She was in the brush on the island.
Shopping with your parents can be.
All right, guys, thank you so much once again. A bittersweet moment for me as I discontinue the daily time capsules. just coming over here to the Corrados because I'm going to feature this location in a separate video. All right, guys, thank you so much once again. For those of you that have followed me and subscribed to the channel, I truly appreciate it, more than you'll ever know. All right, guys, thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you on my main channel. Take care and have a great summer.